Pastor Emily from First Presbyterian Church.
And I'm Pastor Cindy from Pines Presbyterian Church.
And today we're going to learn about an awesome Bible hero. His name is Moses. Take it away, Pastor Cindy.
It's story time. I wonder if you're going to recognize who this man is, just from a couple things that he's done throughout his life. So, he was a courageous leader, but he didn't start out like that. He was afraid. He stood in God's presence, and God told him, "You're the man for me." But you know what? He said, "It couldn't be me. Who am I to do such a thing? I'm not good with words. Send anyone else." But God still said, "Nope, you're the man." And so Moses, that's right, you got it. Moses led the Israelites from slavery. He took them through the Red Sea. He used his staff and the sea parted. And he walked them through the desert, wandering for 40 long years until they almost got to the promised land. He prayed for the nation. And this man, who was a reluctant leader, who almost didn't do the thing God asked him to do, he did it. And that's what makes him a hero. God can use any of us.
Whoa, Pastor Cindy, that certainly is a lot of stuff that this Moses guy did. You know, my favorite part of Moses' story is the very beginning. Do you guys want to hear it? It's really good. So Moses lived in this faraway land. It was a place called Egypt. Have you ever seen the pyramids? Yeah, that's Egypt. That's where Moses lived. And one day, he was walking out in the pastures because he was a shepherd. And he even had a hook, kind of like this one. This one's quite a bit taller than me. Anyways, he was walking out tending to his sheep, and suddenly, one of the little sheep runs off. So he starts following his sheep. And then he sees something very strange. There's this bush on fire, except it's not on fire. There's just lots of flames, but the bush seems fine. And he thinks, that's really weird. I'm gonna go check it out. So he starts walking up to the bush to get a closer look. And suddenly, the bush says, "Psst, Moses." And Moses is like, "Oh, what, me?" And the bush says, "Yeah, what other Moses is there? Come here, come here." And Moses is like, all right. So he starts walking up the bush, and the bush says, wait. Stop. Take off your shoes. And Moses is like, why do I have to take off my shoes? And the bush says, this is holy ground. Now, holy ground is a place where God is. So this just wasn't a talking bush. The bush was God. Now, I'm not saying God is a giant bush, but God was in the bush, right? Not hiding in the bush. He was like the actual bush, but God's not a bush. I'll let your parents explain that one. Anyways, Bush keeps talking to him. He says, okay, Moses, I have a job for you. And Moses is like, God? Is that you? And the bush is like, yeah, Moses, it's me. I am. That's what God calls God's self. I am. Moses is like, okay, now that I know who you are, what do I have to do? And the bush says, I want you to go out and free my people in Egypt. And Moses is like, I can't do that. I'm just a shepherd. I'm too little for that. I don't have any powers. I'm not anything special. You got the wrong Moses. And God's like, dude, you're the Moses I want. Just like Pastor Cindy said, right? Moses says, all right, what do I got to do? And God says, okay, I'm going to give you this staff, right? And staff has some powers of me in it, so some God powers. And you're going to go up to Pharaoh and you're going to say, let my people go. And if Pharaoh says no, you just tap that staff and I'll do the rest of the work for you. Moses says, that's a pretty sweet deal. Okay, I can do that. I think I can do that. Maybe. No, God, this isn't a good idea. And God says, Moses, you go out there and you do it. And so Moses says, all right, God. All right, I got this. And so Moses goes. And he does free the people. In fact, he frees all the Israelites and he takes them across the desert, through a parted sea, through the wilderness, all the way to God's promised land. That's a special place that God had for them, where they wouldn't have to worry for anything, where they could be free, the promised land. And so Moses took them all the way there. Moses is one of the biggest Bible heroes that we have. But remember, he came from humble beginnings. That means he came from being an ordinary person, just like you and just like me. So, when we go out into the world, we have to listen, because maybe God's calling us too, right? Psst, psst, Pastor Emily. Now, if I'm not listening, I can't hear God saying that to me, and I won't know what I'm supposed to go and do, right? Same goes for you guys. God is always trying to whisper something to us. God always has something in store for us. We just need to listen, because God calls ordinary people, just like you, just like me, just like Moses. And with God's help, God makes them great. God makes them heroes. So, are you ready to go out and be a hero? Let's do it.
Whoa! Moses was one awesome Bible hero. I can't wait to learn more. You know, I think I'm gonna ask my parents about him at dinner tonight. I've had so much fun today, and I can't wait to see you all in another 2 days. And I know Pastor Cindy feels the same way, right, Pastor Cindy?
That's right.
Well, we will see you all in 2 more days, and remember, be strong.
Be brave.
And go save the world with love. Goodbye.
Goodbye.